All right. I see the sound moving. Let me know if the sound is okay, guys. I think it is. I think we've got the kinks worked out of this one. All right. So I'm just gonna say this right now. I am totally exhausted. As you guys know, the baby sleeps with us, and yeah, at 4 o'clock this morning, she wakes up scream. She was in the middle of us, right? Wakes up screaming. She has this like rubber duck that's a bath toy, but she wanted to sleep with it for some reason. I moved it and put it on the table. So she literally got up screaming, rubber duck, rubber duck, rubber duck, and like comes running, like literally ran across my face to go get it at 4 o'clock. And then after that, I was like, the adrenaline was going. I was like, are we getting robbed? What's happening? Ah! So I didn't go back to sleep till like 6:30. It was a long night. So my brain is half fried. I've had, I don't know, half a cup of coffee, three-fourths of a cup of coffee. I don't know. I just refilled it before we started. So brain is a little fuzzy. We'll see if I can make it through the session. She's still passed out, by the way. My wife just met. So this morning, Melissa was getting ready. I was like, "You don't seem like you're dying. I am dying. You are not dying." And she just messaged me. She's like, "I am also now dying." um. So yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, moving to the last 24 hours. It's not very much. You can see 18, 11, 6, -1, 1, 21. A lot of retracement in the last hour. Today, as far as news goes, really inflation expectations, quarter over quarter is the only thing. And again, 1.59 is a decent amount. I don't know if you guys caught the Nadex presentation earlier, but you're seeing mention of inflation across the board. As I mentioned last week, we're approving 1.9 trillion dollars worth of funds. We haven't even used the last funds, but you know, money for everybody, right? It's we're going to make it rain, right? That's going to be Biden's economic recovery policy. We're just going to make it rain in all households. Um, so yeah, with that being said, gold's obviously moving. We've had a bit of movement up. Question is, what do we do with the open now? If it's going to hold or not? There was a piece I wanted to bring up too. This one about inflation here. I think that this is pretty interesting, and I'll tell you right now, doing this tax rate on companies that have profited from the pandemic is pretty interesting. I thought this line here about the government is meant to be pro-business. Well, it depends who's running it, right? Um, I would not say that again, remember Wall Street and everything like that is let's raise taxes on everybody, right? So I don't know that government is meant to be pro-business. I don't know that I would say that. We have a horrible corporate tax structure in the United States, and they want to raise taxes for businesses. Thankfully, they said they didn't want to do it during the pandemic until it was fixed. But then after that, as soon as the pandemic is over, that's it. We're jacking taxes on businesses. So let's crush the rest of the small business. But a very, very interesting article, right? That well, it never made sense. Like this one right here, it never made sense that we're stripping away their market share. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, we have a mall near us. We have a town center that's half empty, right? Meanwhile, Amazon is at record profits, but pays less taxes. So yeah, what's fair is fair. Yeah, wealth builder, exactly. The government is meant to be pro-government. Uh-huh. Yep. They're finally admitting that inflation is a thing. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are, but I think this is great. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if the UK dings companies like this, everybody else is gonna be like, "Yo, if you're doing it, I got to do it too, right?" You know, China doesn't do it because their government owns their biggest companies, so it's kind of like they're not going to tax themselves. But what they'll do is they'll like, hey, Amazon, if you want to function here, or they'll figure out a way to tax foreign companies, but not their own. That's just how it works, right? But yeah, that is pretty interesting. Like, yeah, let's do some clawbacks, right? Amazon's making billions and again, with Bezos stepping down, maybe Bezos knows his buddies, right? Underlining healing ways. And yeah, I know exactly right. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And then this is pretty interesting too. Worried about systemic fraud. EU ties recovery funds, procurement reform. So yeah, we're gonna see this too. And it's interesting. We're talking about systemic fraud for billions of euros, right? Well, we have money that we haven't spent, and we just approved 1.9 trillion more dollars. Do you think there could be any fraud with that? I'm gonna go with yes. Yes. Um, yeah. Fraud 101 for $200, please. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you start sending money out, it's going to get abused. I mean, look at the Puerto Rico situation, right? I mean, there was all complete drama, huge mess over there. Um, so we'll see. No, besides that, nothing else. Elon is all over the place. So 9 hours ago, dollar yen has made a bullish continuation towards the Fibonacci target, as expected, right? But I believe it's down for the morning. Right? I mean, it's around 5 here, but pretty sure it was retracing back down again. So I love those articles. Um, yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow, also nothing. Look at this. I'll go down to the low level. And there's some stuff, but nothing in here is going to be. I mean, bonds, not a big deal. Trade balance, jolts, not really. Mortgage delinquencies, mortgage delinquencies don't matter because they can't keep. Nobody's getting kicked out of their houses right now. Maybe inflation, and it's interesting. You're seeing inflation. The CPI is going down in China, but again, that's a year over year. So again, much larger doesn't necessarily affect things. And then again, PPI is going up. So tomorrow is really even tomorrow. There's not a whole lot of news. There's just and today this is all we got. This is the earth shattering news today, right? Nothing here. So it's all headlines. And like I said, the one big headline from this morning, I don't know where it is now. This one, Yellen talking about the budget resolution, it's great. We'll see. She's already, and this is a better picture though. I feel like this is a better picture. She still looks like the angry, kind of like your grandmother's sister who's just mad at everybody, right? I still feel like that's what she looks like. Oh, Elon is definitely playing games. He's going to go down as the biggest market manipulator of all time. I'm just going to tell you right now. You think Bernie was bad? Elon's playing you, right? Yeah, she could be a Dolores Umbridge. Yes, absolutely. Right? I feel like Dolores. Is it Umbridge? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if I can drag this one down or not. Yeah, I mean, I feel like well, you guys can't see it. I got to put it in the window. There you go. I feel like that could be her, right? We get some hair dye in for Yellen. I feel like we could do it, right? Get a little hair dye in there. Where is it? Which one is it on? Right there. I feel like that could be her, right? She's out here to mess up all my fun. So, yeah, that's good. I'm gonna have to use that later. But yeah, look, I mean, it's better than the pooping picture, right? The pooping picture from last week, we just had to go. I feel like she got pretty. I don't know. I feel like her people called their people and were like, yeah, let's do something about that, right? Anyway, let's go over and dive into the markets because we don't have much else to work on. So, Aussie dollar, you can see in the last 3 hours, the Aussie has just rallied. And again, this is all the dollar weakness stepped it in. And again, does it have to do with what she said? Yeah, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Question is, when will we get a reversal? And I think we will. This could be a 10 or 10:30 reversal today. I don't know. Can we get a smaller level? No, even on the 30 minutes, it's a pretty big level here. Interesting top. I mean, it's not the first time it's hit there. Question is, will it have enough oomph to push through it? I mean, it's making a valid attempt. I mean, it's got about another 11 pips to go through, but we've now cleared the first 12 minutes of the open today. So, and we'll see. I mean, I would be looking for some type of a top and a reversal. This is way too big of a push. I'd be looking for probably, I don't know, maybe something up in this range. We don't have it yet. I mean, drop it to a 30. Look for a decent basing level top in here, and then again, you could either do a Harry Potter drop on this one, stick at the Dolores, but I would definitely be looking for a retracement. It will come back. Oh, it's still a Yellen page. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are expecting smiles from someone literally named Yellen. Yeah, I know, right? Yep. Sean, thank you. I forgot. Yeah, because it's not, remember, the new software is not set on a monitor. It's set on a window. So I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. Yeah, so I'd be looking for a top and a reversal. I mean, it's about a 30 pip reversal, but again, it should be a slow Monday for the most part. Once this, once everybody's out of this one, but I'd be looking for a base. Also, yen. Also, yen, we had a target up here, and again, we kind of based through it, and we ended right there on Friday. It would have been too late in the day to actually place a trade off of it. And we're kind of saying, hey, listen, we can use that for next week. We'll see what it does. But again, it ended up basically opening in the very, very bottom of it and gave us kind of somewhat of a Harry Potter entry on this one, kind of a push up and a pull back down again. Kind of a hard one to trade, right? Kind of a hard one to trade. being this high, it was like, oh, do we scalp this one for a short? Oh, it was very close. But you guys can see if we go back, you can see that this is where that old zone was on the 30. Was it the 30-minute? Or was it the 4-hour? Yeah, it was the 4-hour one. So we're getting a push into it now. I really don't. It's a 4-hour level that it's bouncing through. I really don't know how much. I mean, I don't. I mean, again, with gold rallying, this is good for the Aussie, but I don't know that I would take this one much, much higher. I mean, you can see this is, we are very, very high in the curve. I mean, we're trying to push to new levels. Even on a daily, you can see there's really not a whole lot up here, till much, much farther up. So, you know, excuse me. It's way up there. If I put the overlay on, you can see. Yeah, I mean, there's a weekly level kicking in, starting. I mean, it's a gigantic zone, but starting to kick in up here, right on this one. Um, I don't know. I don't know how weak they want to make the dollar, but I don't think Australia's situation is really that much better off. So again, once the dollar weakness is kind of worn out of this one, I do think this one will help roll over back to the downside. And again, the Aussie dollar is probably what will lead it. This also has, somewhat to do with the yen. But again, it hasn't really done much. It rallied up and then stayed in that same level, and that's where we're at. So kind of the same trade setup. What we could do now also is if we delete, we'd still use this for a Harry Potter down. So we'll adjust it a little bit. There would be 10. Be looking for. Hello, Jijin. Daddy's still mad at you. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. And again, if we. all right. She had to unplug her play and bring it to me. Come on. Did you go potty? Can you go potty real quick or no? No? Okay. You're gonna have to hold it then. Oh, come here. Oh God, she's got her bin of toys too. Okay, here, let's put the bin of toys right here. You're a hoarder. Right there. All right. All right. She's sitting in my lap now. So yeah, if we get a break in this 1873 level again, look for a pullback and a push down. What? Just pick something. Come on. But right now, small intraday level, I'd be looking for some type of a roll. There's no big levels above it. Again, not really into the going long. I'd be looking for a rollover, push down, look for a base, and then look for a drop below 1873. Okay. Euro yen. So euro yen is actually sitting up, and again, this one also kind of pulled right back up into kind of where the gap was. And there was a few levels in here. It's kind of like how aggressive did you want to get with it, and then just stopped, and now it's kind of consolidating in. So this one's hard because it's sitting in a daily level, but you can see the 4-hour level comes in much, much higher. So it's hard because of the steps here on the left that you got one where we're at right now. There's one a little bit higher is what it turned off of, and one just a little bit higher than that. So it's literally like buy sellers, 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 and where can we find them? We had an alert set last week right around this 127.20-ish area. We kind of want to know when we got up to that level. Right there. And we're looking up for a push for a clean sell up at 127.41. So right now, I would say kind of the same thing. Let's see. Pull this back up. There we go. There is the overnight level. And again, this is right around the European Open, right? Yeah, here's the European Open, push down and kind of a retrace back again. So I would say you could probably draw a zone in here and be okay. Like I said, it's the same type of reversal. You have the U.S. market open, and now we're kind of getting that pushback. I would watch this level. It was a decent kind of rollover in the middle. I mean, decent drive up. Ultimately, though, I'd like to get something in here. I would like to see this push. This level is going to be a little bit funky, though. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a funky level. Yeah, I'd like to take this one short as well. Like I said, Euro is definitely not strong. This was pure weakness last week on the other, the yen's part. I'd like to find an area to go short here. I don't know if this is the level we're gonna take though. Got that arrow coming in just higher. That's close. So there, I would say there's a short in here somewhere. I'd be looking for I'll leave that one there. First trades, I'd be looking for somewhere in here, and then seeing what it does at this level at 126.75. Um, it could bounce off of this level though, but if we get a base in here, then yeah, then I'd be looking to drop this back down to 126. No European news today, so I still think that there's something in this one. Um, yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking for a roll in this, guys. I definitely want to find a short entry for this one today, but it's not there yet. Like I said, zone's decent. It's okay. Um, but yeah, I'd be looking for that. Yen, as you can see, the yen has rolled back down again. We had this area mark from last week. Actually, this is like from late Friday. This was one of the Sunday night gaps. Ended up pushing higher than the gap. And again, the gap bounced off of a level. That's why we're using the top one. But you can see it just came down and recently bounced. So, this one, there's a couple different positions set up here. Let me bring this back out so we can kind of move these to the side. All right. Obviously, in the extreme, still in this upper reaches here, and you can see on an hourly basis, we literally bounced off of the 144.34, basically where we opened, right? It's going to be interesting to see if this is going to roll just like the last two yen pairs. Again, it will get kind of moved around. I don't think that we're necessarily in a super yen weakness. I'm not sorry, pound weakness situation. But again, the same type of pop here, I think, is going to start affecting us. And again, this was a decent zone. I mean, it was front run. It's got a little bit more room to run it to the top side. Again, this one is basically out at this point. So let's remove this just to make it a little bit easier to see visually. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to remove this top one. You guys know we're in the extreme. I'll leave the top one on just so I can set the curve levels. So we're going to use this here as one potential level. We're going to keep that there. And again, this is going to be that retracement that we're looking for later. So we have two touches on this one now. Let's see. It's 10. It's not quite 3 to the bottom. What I'd probably do is this. Right there. And if we can get back up top again. Let's see. That's 11. So that's not bad. Let me pull something on another chart. Let me pull Nadex real quick. I missed the old platform. Forex. Let me go over to. So we're looking at 144.92, and there's a knockout, but it's a little bit high for that one. It's a knockout with a ceiling at 145.25, but that would put us like 30 pips higher than this level. That one's going to be a bit rough to get into. What do we got? 144. I guess there was a knockout that you could have got long this one. Oops, not that one. There was a knockout that kicked in right here. Here's the floor. So there was I don't know. You may or may not have gotten entered into that zone. You'd be about 1-to-1 on that one right now, but I'd be cautious. This area up top is a pretty decent level, and again, it's pushed in the extreme, so be cautious with it. I think what I'm most excited about, again, this one doesn't really give us the best, but I'm looking for, again, set an alert, forget about it until it gets ready, until it gets triggered. 143.89. I'd probably wait up top too. If we can get up to 144.80, I'd be willing to take a short off of that one also. Coming in at this level here, it's okay. It has been hit a few times. It is not the freshest of entries because it has been hit, but it did have decent movement, and it's what led the rally today. And again, we do have an area marked off up top. So again, it's small risk. It's only like 10 pips. It's not real big. But I don't even know if we're going to be able to get up there today, unless the end really just starts to collapse on us. But again, this is probably worth one more bounce, but I wouldn't get crazy with it. Depends on what we do up top. But again, we're in a level of basic now. All right. Dollar is basically the same play. So I'll clean this up. Let's see. This was the knockout from last week. Okay. Went well above its 1-to-10. So let's clean all this. Delete this. All right. So this one you can see right here. There was your drop in the overnight. This one I would say is pretty close, right? This one is coming up closer. Now let's see. How many times has this level been hit? 1, 2. It's been hit 3 times. And I really like that for a retracement. Only problem is it's been hit a few too many times for my liking on that one. Biggest thing, it is going crazy on the hourly. So yeah, I like this level, and again, we could just use the level. The overnight's done, but we could use this level. See how it reacts off this level here of 137.32. This is also a parabolic move, and again, we're approaching that 10:30 reversal time. So there is a potential short sitting right here, right? And again, this rolls over here. This also starts to roll back to the downside. All right, so again, they're kind of coinciding together. Now, looking at the euro pound, the euro pound is also in an area too. I would say that this one is kind of set. And again, this one's done. Let's remove these knockouts from last week. Delete. I don't need this right now. We're back in that same level here. And you can see, I think it's on the hourly, it's easier. No, it's a 30-minute only. You can see that here was the top of that wick over wick area. So this is interesting. We're going to get some dollar. We're going to get some yen strength here. So question is, I think this may break. We may need to go higher on this one because we got some room to run here in the pound. This one is in a reversal. We should see pound strength coming back in to drop us back down to this level at 87.66. But again, this one is very, very close, and this one's about to gain some ground on both these two. So I'm wondering if we need to go higher. Let's see, go up to an hourly. Yeah, that's okay. This is a 4-hour zone right here. So that makes a little bit more sense. So yeah, so we may need to push this up into this range. 137.40. And that'll be the upper reaches of this range here. Again, 4-hour zone, upper reaches, this bottom piece has been eaten up. And that may give us enough to kind of stomach it's about 17. That may be enough to kind of stomach both this and this. Give us a little bit more space. This one's got about 20. So yeah, that would make sense. If we can get up 20 here, that gives us our 20 up here. And then again, kind of pushes us down, and we'll see what it does in this level right here. Right? This level of basing, which is also, and it's about, well, it's 18 down here. So yeah, about 18 more pips worth of pound strength puts us in a reversal on 3 different currency charts. So that's not bad. The weekly on the euro yen, I didn't even get over there. Let me see. Weekly euro yen. What price are we at here? Yeah, are you talking about the 126.96? You could potentially use that one. Yeah. What's the risk on it right now? Wow, Jin. Yeah, about $28 worth of risk. Yeah, that's not horrible. That's not a bad position to the downside on a weekly, Ernest. And I didn't even look at knockouts on euro yen for that one. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, there's a 27.46, but yeah, the weekly on that one is probably a better option. 28 is not bad. I mean, obviously you're slightly above, but they're not expecting. It's not priced in. That one's priced better. The call spread is actually priced better than the knockout on that one. So yeah, that one is decent. All right, so euro dollar. So again, we're looking for a reversal. Okay. Hourly, we have kicking in right here at what do we got? About 15 more pips. At this point, it's starting to pull back. I don't even know if we're going to get that far. It got stuck in the wick over wick. 23. That would be nice. So just word of warning on euro dollar. So euro dollar is hitting this 2070 area. I think if we wait until we get up top here, That's a lot of movement straight up. That would be 60 pips straight up with really no major pullbacks in that one. That would be a nice little entry up top, but it's going to have some issues with this 2070, I think. So let's pull this here, and then we'll drop another one below. One of those. That is a decent setup also. That's a decent pullback. And again, if we start basing right here, obviously this one becomes invalidated. I want to see, I mean, if we come up to the 2070 and literally start to run sideways, this is going to be harder to get into. But I'll put it up there in case we just go straight up. And again, that kicks in at approximately 2078. All right, dollar CAD. So dollar CAD is obviously doing the opposite. Dollar CAD had an interesting kind of, we had this Harry Potter on last week, and it was hard to get into because all it did was spike back down again. You can see we have a level below, so it's one of those ones that's a little bit riskier. And again, we closed, we pulled back, not really the greatest of entries. So I would say that this one is coming down. If you look to the left, I mean, there's a little bit of hiccup here, a little bit of hiccups down here on this side of it as well. So not the cleanest way down, but I would like it to come back down to the 127 range. 127 kicks in approximately here, right there, and that would be a 4-hour zone. So again, really like that 4-hour zone. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Yeah, you guys can see it right here, right? Coming in right at that level. This one is, we're going to push right down there. There's going to be, like I said, the buyers stepping in here are going to be an issue. They are here as well, but I would say remain, your bearishness to the downside, your CAD strength, right, in this one. Just with all the news, just with everything else we've seen, I'd like to remain bearish this position. Do I have a great entry? Unfortunately, no. This one will have a little bit of a kind of a pullback in here at some point. But unfortunately, the way that this thing moved in the overnight, how it just started picking up steam, there's not really the best of entries coming in. So, I mean, again, we did push down. I'd probably have to use, again, I don't need the white anymore. I'd probably use, if I had to put a new level on this one, let me see if we go back. Yeah, that probably makes the most sense right there. Change out the pink. And again, keep that on the radar as a potential target for any type of reversal, but also it has the ability to be another short. This zone here, it's been hit multiple times. I'm not worried about this zone holding. And even the zone lower, it's a little, here, I'll show you what it looks like. It's a little hiccup here, but the zone actually comes in really here to here. Oops. There. And it's not even my favorite. I mean, again, it's a tested level, but it's not my favorite one. I'd like it really to come down here and reset. It's so close. It is 9 pips away from the 127. Wait for I'd wait for the 127. I think the 127 is a much better kind of takeoff point to the downside. But if you guys are short already, it's probably not bad to get out at 127.15. It is a tested level. Dollar Swiss. Check out that dollar Swiss drop. So this has been obviously a lot. This has been all yelling. You can delete these now. I don't need these anymore. This has been all yelling. This one, we have an hourly zone kicking in right here. Right? I think until we get there, I don't think there's again, I don't think there's a decent trade entry. I do think there will be a reversal on this. I think when we hear more about European stimulus and European kind of spreading, I do think that there will be a bit of a reversal on this one. I don't think this one's coming all the way back down again. If it does break through this 89.70 level, though, again, I do have this as an alert still. This is an alert over here, the way that this broke. We're not hitting it today. I mean, that would require another 45 pips to the downside. If we continue to hear about stimulus and putting more money and crashing, then yeah, maybe. But right now, I think we will find some stabilization, most likely down in this 89.79 area. I think this will evaporate. But there's not a clean entry. A little base here. Buyer stepped in. I mean, you can see this whole little piece down here. All these are all buyers. This level at 89.70, it is hit technically number 4, but the way that the wicks at the bottom of this, we're able to stabilize it here. I think that this is just too much, too fast in an hour and a half. I mean, we're at 40 pips to the downside. The daily ATR is only 50. So we did almost an entire daily ATR in 2 hours, 2 hours at this point. So, I'm looking for a reversal of some point. It's just I need a base. I need some type of basing and then a confirmation higher, and I'm looking for a base down lower. Not willing to, if you're looking for some pips early, you could probably take this short, run it down. It's only about 15 pips, so it's not probably worth the risk at this point for a 2 pip spread. But 89.75 is kind of my target where I'm looking for again confirmation bounce, hit it, pull back in, and go higher is what I'm looking for. And again, if it breaks, wait for it to come down here. All right. Dollar yen. So there's a reversal. All right. So we did clear. We had this top one marked off, and we talked about having this other entry. I'll delete the lower levels at this point. That was one we were using for last week for kind of the aggressive entries. I can take that off. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? I'll delete this off. I don't need this. That would be a target. But there's the drawing from last week. So you can see this one had a rollover. Had you used the original target that the indicator drew, you missed your entry by like a little tiny bit. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it did not touch it. So, this is the same entry we talked about from last week. It's still valid right now. It is up about 25 pips on there. It's got to go all the way down really to kind of this level here to get a full 1 to 3 in there. Unfortunately, if you took the kind of smaller zone, whoops, not that one. That's the one I didn't want to move. That's the one I want to move. If you were taking it off the smaller one, you just pass your 1 to 3, but unfortunately your entrance would have been missed by about 2 or 3 pips. So, like I said, we were keeping the other one. It's a little bit longer, but it was more of a kind of a weekly position. I'm curious real quick now too, because we found the other euro position. Let me see, dollar yen weekly 105. And there's a 105.42 in there. There was one that came in right around in here, kind of a break of this level, which probably wouldn't have been horrible. It's kind of deeper in the money right now. Let me see. What do we got? Wow, these are all jacked up. Wow, the closest knockout they have on here was a 105.91, 60 pips higher than where we are. Wow, they were way off on that one. So call spread was definitely the way to go on this one as well. Man, they were way off on this one. Let's send Adam a message, be like, "Hey, you missed it again." Yeah, so this one I see coming down, but 105.91 is really where I'd be looking for a reversal. It's right around where your 1 to 3 is. It's the first time we have a tested level, but there's a bunch of junk in here. Again, this is Monday trading for this pair. This is a level we marked off last week. So if you guys missed this entry, at this point it's a little bit too late to get into it. It's moved way too much. But I look for it to continue dropping to the downside. Now NQ. NQ, I was trying to see if you were going to get the pullback off the 13,606. It didn't pull back. It just gapped higher and then it stayed higher. This one, I said last week, I can find. Go ahead, go potty. Go potty. Go in the big potty. Go in the big potty. It's okay. Go to the big potty. I know. Go. You can do it by yourself. Don't be scared. There's absolutely no reason for these to go higher, right? We got more stimulus. They got money spreading it around everywhere. Elon is, manipulating, Tesla. No reason to go short, right? No reason to really go short in these things. Here's your 15-minute. Again, you can see there was a pullback early today to go higher at the open. If you wanted to use this as a kind of launch point to go higher, sure, you absolutely could. If we break through, look for a Harry Potter to go above. But, it's what we mentioned before. And again, this level, you had multiple opportunity to get in, guys. Remember, stay on the 15 minutes for these indices. There would have been your risk. So again, plenty of targets to capture on this one. Look for this to go higher today. Again, I wouldn't be looking for, anything. We need a big news relief to kind of slam this one back down again. But, economy's looking good. Everybody's getting money. We're seeing inflation, which is healthy. All these things are great. But again, have it go higher. I don't know. Maybe if we do that, what did they call it? A tax. What was it called? A tax raid. If we do a tax raid, If the US says we are interested in doing a tax rate, then yes, the NQ will go down, but that's probably about it. Otherwise, NQ higher today. S&P, same thing. Again, we're pushing up into new levels up here. And again, absolutely. Why would it not go higher, right? We were able to stabilize. And again, here was your gap from the weekend. Not really the best one. This was a little bit harder to get into. But if you wanted to pull something, I mean, there's your gap from earlier. But again, I would say I would be looking for bearish positions here as well. Unfortunately, there has not been a lot of pullbacks to get into this one. And Dow, the same thing. Dow, absolutely, absolutely. There's your push. There's your reset. And again, right now we've pushed through that high. Now there was a small one here. It looks like it was a 30-minute. Yeah, it was a 30-minute one. You guys may or may not. That was like super early in the morning. I say super early, but 5:30. I was awake at that time. So you had your 5:30 push. I'd say Dow higher as well. And again, stimulus, economy. I mean, all of it is looking good to drive this thing higher. Again, money, 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 money. Fake economy, fake economy, fake economy. Right? Yeah. So I'd see that pushing. Now, gold, as you can see, gold is still rallying. So the big question is what happens here at this 1835 level. Now, we've had sellers here in the past. Now, we had a little level, a little bit of kind of a push down here. So very, very interesting spot, right? So we know we got hiccups here. We know that we have a level coming in here at approximately 1840, and that's been a level we've talked about in the past. If you look at the formation of that level, you can see that it's not bad, right? You had this descending area here, and that's really where the level kind of kicked in at. Indicator grabbed it at the 1841 level. Will there be a bit of retracement? I mean, yeah, everybody's talking inflation, but we haven't necessarily seen it yet. The New Zealand number tonight is supposed to be a huge figure, the 1.95. That could be an interesting. And what are you singing for? That could be an interesting point. But I will say, if we do hit this level at 1840, I would be looking for a bit of a reversal, some type of pullback. Is it going to drop? What is it going to drop? Let's see, 1842. That's a big drop, a $12 drop. It may. It actually may. Like I said, this is a lot in one day. But I do think we need to be very cautious with that level. A little bit more. I was looking for like 9, 10. Unfortunately, that zone is big. A little bit big, but yeah, it's probably a decent level later today. But we need a big headline. We need a big headline. So, I mean, the stimulus helps us going pushing forward. But yeah, watch 1840. 1840 is a level that, again, we've had issues in the past. Looking back, we've definitely, this 1840 level has been kind of the median level for this kind of spike. I mean, 1830 to 1860 was like really the main kind of, if we had to, box it off, this is really kind of where it was. This is kind of that middle of the range territory, right? So, I like that. I do think this one needs to, will retrace at some point. Again, this is just straight up at this point. The hourly is probably the cleanest picture. And again, we're at that 1830 right now. So 1842-ish, be looking for this. Let me see. Let's see. Gold. Oh, I forgot we don't have weeklies on that one. Commodities. Let me see. Gold-wise, what do we got? We do have an 1845. We do have an 1845, which puts us right... kind of right in the middle. Well, you know what? It's boxing off that one. That's interesting. So we had the small level that the indicator pointed out, 1842 to 1845. There is actually a knockout up there. No, stop hitting buttons. There is a knock. Ow! Stop. There's a rollover point right there. So that may actually be, look for the knockout, 1795 to 1845. Again, if it breaks through the zone that the indicator has marked, then yeah, then that's a decent level. And like I said, it's a tested level, so there should be some sellers sitting there. Question is, will it just push a little bit higher and grab them in the top section, which, again, best thing we have for that one is going to be a knockout. Silver is sitting in a level right now. I don't know if that's an hourly. No, it's not an hourly level. Where was the level that we marked there? It must have been a hand-drawn level. Yeah, it was a hand-drawn level. Kind of where. All right, so this one is going to be a little bit more difficult to grab because if you look at the candles here, you got this one big spike. Let's see on a 15. Yeah, it must have been it was the 15. delete that. You can see that's what we're running into right now. There's a big block. So basically from here up. What? What are you saying? Yeah, we're clear from that level. I need it lower. Hold on. Change this to white. There we go. Back up on a 30. Right there. So it is kind of. Ow, stop. She's got these little dagger fingernails right now, and she keeps scratching me with them. Um, it's very close proximity. Is gold ready to flip? Again, we need gold to go a bit higher. Silver is at an area where, again, it's a decent flip level, and it will lag a little bit behind. Question is it's going to be is silver going to be the leader of the two to go first? And like I said, if gold flips here, I'm going to be disappointed. I really would like gold to get up to 1842. It's a much better area for a flip, but it looks like silver wants to kind of run into a level first. And again, this 15-minute level, so could it legitimately bump up and mess with kind of this level here? Yeah, absolutely. It could do that, you know. But right now, it looks like it's having some major problems. There's some sellers kind of blocking this one in. And again, with the time, with it being 10:15 reversal, this absolutely could be starting to turn and roll back to the downside, and we could be looking at. And again, the original area was here. Could this be the swing? Yeah, it could be. Like I said, I'm not. Like maybe gold can pick it up just a little bit more. If silver holds, that'll be the decent roll point for both those positions. Ow! Stop, Jinjin. You're killing me. No, there's no knockouts. Um, Obviously, there's no, there's a call spray, but it's just a daily. I don't know that I'd trade this on a daily. Let me see if there's anything even remotely close. I don't really trade. I don't trade silver and call spreads at all. I very rarely trade silver at all. I'm just trying to see what we got here. 27.58. No, the silver ones are all over the place. There's a 27, a 28, and two 29s. None of those help us as far as silver goes. So yeah, I knew there was a reason why I didn't look at that one. So yeah, silver's it's there. Let's go ahead and come across and grab oil. I need to go back to this one. All right, so oil just continuing to push. We never got our base. We just kind of pushed through. This one is it's going crazy. I mean, I guess this is the economy recovering and supply going down. Like I said, it would have been nice. I'm holding this on here because this will come back and test this level eventually. But right now, I mean, we can go back up to, we'll go to a daily level, go to a big level here. And you can see it on a daily basis. Look at this. This is straight up, right? Let's see. Here, it looks like the next pullback level is going to be the horizontal ray. We'll go here. Actually, you know what? Drop to 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours better one to do it on. Oh yeah, much better. Let's do it off of, there's your low, and there's going to be your high. Right there. It's a bottom of the wick. That's good. Right. No, just move just a little bit. I just want you to move just a little bit more. There we go. All right, that gives us an interesting level. And again, this is a daily based level, so we'd have to break this one down and look at it further. Actually, I guess I could put another clean one there, and I'll change this one to like a red as being the upper part. All right, let's go all the way back across. So that is the next level of clean on a larger time frame. So it's got more room to run. I mean, we're at 57.83 right now. This is at 59.60. So again, still would require about a $2 jump from now till Wednesday. Again, let me go back and see. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting. Ow, Jinjin, stop. Stop scratching, please. We do have basing there, although it's not really. It's an alright level. That's a smaller time frame level right there. All right, so there's 2 short entries. Looks like about a 30-cent zone up top. Let me see if I can refine that just a little bit more. Let's go down to a 2-hour. I can refine that probably there. Okay, now it's about a 30-cent area. I don't think I can. We're not gonna be able to shrink it much more. Can we refine this at all? Yeah, we can refine that a bit to there. Okay, all 3 of those are refined. All right, let's go across. All right, go potty. If you have to go potty, go ahead. You're a big girl now. So I'm looking for shorts here up top. I'll change this to red. And then I'm gonna leave that one for right now. Go ahead, go potty. Go in daddy's room, go potty. Now she's scared. Right there. Something along those lines. But look for this one to come up to 58.70. Again, we got about $1 run to the top side. I don't know if we'll hit it today. We may just kind of mess around, but this could be a European Open position for tomorrow. Look for, again, some type of a push up. And again, if we can time this with the European Open tomorrow, then look for the push down. All right, and there's your 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Entering the trade at 58.70, looking for a target down here at 57.76. There can be any number of catalysts for this one. Okay, what are you doing? All right. With that said, let's go ahead and do the drawing. So let's see. Can I pull the drawing down to here? Let's see. I don't know. Can you see it? There we go. That worked. All right, I'll give you guys about 1 minute to get in. At 53, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger. Come here, Jason. Come here. And then we will go potty. You've been a good girl. Except the scratching. Scratching is hurt. And again, I don't expect too much more movement today. We'll see what type of news release or what type of news headlines are coming out. Now, remember, Neuro 1 on Friday. Whoop. Ginger, we don't have to take all this stuff with us to the bathroom. Give me your fingers. Hold on. We're cutting these nails. Your little daggers need to be cut. Tearing daddy up. The one thing about babies, man. Phew. Got razor blades for nails. What do we got? Ernest playing Super Bowl pip chips. I know, right? I didn't even watch the game yesterday. I know Tom Brady won, but I was rooting against Tom Brady. And yeah, I think he ranks in the top 5 quarterbacks of all time. Maybe the top, I don't know, probably top 5. But I don't feel that you can judge him based off of, oh, he's won 7, he's the best ever. I mean, being in New England obviously helped. Other people have been able to win there as well. I mean, having the line and having the talent and the tools that he had helps. Having Belichick obviously helped. I mean, to say that he's the greatest, that Belichick couldn't do it without him. I mean, I don't know. I do like. I think Belichick's. He's one of those guys that will literally push the. He will push the rules beyond what they should be pushed. So I think a lot of it is how much of it is Belichick versus how much of it is Brady is kind of. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Think about if you had like a Joe Montana there or something. Or even an Aaron Rodgers. Could Aaron Rodgers have done the same thing had he had the same players? Yeah, probably. Probably. He is cute though. Oh my God, Debbie. Oh, minus 25 pip chips for Debbie. All right, we're closing the giveaway down. If Debbie wins, we're refunding everything just because of that comment. No, Aaron Rodgers absolutely. If Aaron Rodgers had Belichick, he absolutely could have. Again. All right, here we go. I'm gonna draw it. Tampa defense won the Super Bowl. Yeah. Isn't it always the defense is what wins super championships, right? Isn't that the saying that defense is what wins championships? All right, winner of today's drawing is draw winner. It didn't work the first time. Oh, look at that. Well, look at that. Noro and then Debbie was the first loser. I had to hit it twice because it lagged, but there you go. Look at that. Noro, you won 2 in a row. Wow. No, there's not 2 winners. No, Debbie is the first loser. Remember, I always click it twice now so we can see how close you really were. But yeah, Nuro won. But I clicked it the first time. I thought Jinjin didn't hit the space bar, but ended up drawing twice. So yeah, Nuro, look at that. Nuro's first. I think this is Nuro's first back-to-back winner. His first back-to-back winner. Let's see. Where is Nuro on the list? Nuro's right here. Look at that. He gets 100 pip chips for the day. Pretty good. Pretty cool. Never won before. Brand new winner. Trying to see if Yelena said anything else. Needs to be oh, hey, you need to explain that. You need to do some splaining. They're adding quantitative easing. We're gonna. Hey, if Elon can manipulate it, the Tesla coin, why can't we do it? Right? What else do we got? No, that's it. The rigging has to stop. I know, right? I knew that Infinity Gauntlet was good for something. I know exactly. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to take the little one. She's got to go potty. She's been holding it, which is awesome. I'm glad that she's at the stage where she's like, yeah, I'll just hold it, Dad. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow morning we have the 9 to 9:15, and then the Nadix presentation is at noon tomorrow. So there will not be a 9 to 10 or 9:30 to 10:30. It'll be pushed back to noon. So you guys have some good ones. Again, look at a lot of these weeklies. Ernest brought up a good point today. Again, it looks like a lot of the weekly call spreads are in good positions. A lot of the knockouts are in kind of funky positions, a little bit too wide. I don't know why they keep doing that. It's like, hey, you take volatility back from 2 months ago and you put it today, it just doesn't work. Like, fix it. But the call spreads are in decent level. So look for those for your long weekly trades for this week. And again, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.